All right, so greetings. Hi, Mona. What was that you just said? I'm just going to look at your notes there for a second. We're just checking in. You have Uranus in Libra. Okay. Well, we would have to kind of dig deep in. Yeah, Love Triber, you being a human alarm clock, waking people up. Thank you very, very much. Glad to see you here, Love Triber. We've actually already done 2 live shows tonight for the air signs. We just did a Gemini and we just did Aquarius, and now we're doing Libra, okay? Mars in Aquarius, the human alarm clock. Mars in Aquarius is definitely all about rebel, wake up energy. Wake the F up. Wake up, people. Mars in Aquarius is like the waker upper. It is the warrior, rebel, fighter, waker upper. Thank you, Love Triber. Pam Bam. Thank you, Pam Bam. So hopefully this little video will make sense to you as well, because you have whatever it was, Sun, Moon, Rising in Libra. You've got this like triple thing going on. Gemini, Aries, Libra. Sorry, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You've got some Sun, Moon, Rising. So that's kind of like a real sweet, harmonious package just right there. So let's get into it right now. I want to jump right into it, and we can actually hang out and chat a bit later, okay? So let's get over to the other stage. Back in a moment. Back in a moment. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. This is the same thing. So Pam and Mona, because you've been here for the last couple of videos, we're going to go over the same basic raw information again, but this time we're going to feed it through the lens and the filters of Libra, okay? Yeah, so don't go. Don't go, Pam Bam. Stay, okay? All right, here we go. Let's have a look. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here. Cheers. This is just some of my fermented apple juice. So delightful. All right, let's just put this like here for aesthetic reasons. Here's the same thing as before. All the videos for the March Astrodoodles start with the same information. March 2019, okay, this is it, okay? We have the Sun in Pisces. People consider March the Pisces season, but in reality, it's only up to about 2/3 of the month, because by March 20th, the Sun moves into Aries, okay? And from March 20th onwards, we're in Aries season. So please understand that, okay? It's not just because, oh, March, I'm Pisces, March, I'm Pisces. It doesn't work like that. The way the Western astrological chart is divided up, it's a 12-slice piece of pizza, and the way the astrology happens to line up is just typically a week out from the way that the Roman calendar months hang out, okay? Anyway, let's keep going. I'll do this again. March, Sun in Pisces all month until the 20th. Then Sun moves into Aries from the 20th onwards. We have the new moon in Pisces on March 6th. Watch this date. We have the full moon in Libra under the Aries Sun at a 0-degree point on March 20th, okay? At the same time, coincidentally, that the Sun moves into Aries, the 0 point. Yeah, so it's a screaming loud full moon. We have Mars in Taurus all month, okay? So that's energizing, busting open. Think of the Mars warrior energy, breaking open the doorways for Uranus in Taurus, okay? Which is after the last 5 months of hovering on the cusp, Uranus is now officially moving into Taurus on March 6th, okay? So these two, Mars and Uranus, are working very, very tightly, very close together. So that's very, let's say, volatile, almost violent, disruptive awakening type of energy, okay? In the middle, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces, basically all month. Let's just call it out, all month. So with all retrogrades, it's a time to revise, rewind, revamp, recalibrate, reboot, redistribute, reconsider, reappraise, reevaluate, reprogram, reformat, repair. All these useful, very, very important things that we have to do regarding maintenance of ourselves, our souls, our bodies, our lives, okay? So please see this as a gift. This and this, all of this. Please see all of these events and calendar moments as gifts. Lastly, look at this. March 6th. I don't know if you've noticed, but it is a calendar moment for all of us. Bammo right here. Bammo right here. Bammo right here. Early March is a really significant moment of like before and after. March 6th is like a threshold day, okay? So please allow for that, however that works in your life. There's life before March 6th, life after March 6th, okay? Let's go to your chart. Okay, this is it, Libra. This is kind of what it looks like, at least from the Tarot Illumination perspective. Now, of course, you know, this should be in an art gallery, but it isn't. People just don't get it. Anyway, this is the Libra March 2019 Astrodoodle. It might look like nonsense to you, but this makes sense to Tarot Illumination. And I make these notes anyway when we do personal, because I use them when I do personal readings with people. But I don't really advertise it or promote it on the channel. It's just that this is a very useful tool when it comes to doing like the deep consulting, deep consideration, the deep soul searching that we have to do sometimes when we're working on our own personal evolution, like when we work together. Okay, so reload, relax. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. Love Triber. The other aspects of the retrograde is relax, rejoice, remember. It's a good way. That's a good thing to do. There are positive, when you put the word re in front of all these things, there are positives. I don't know them all off by heart. I'm sorry, Love Triber, but I don't. But anyway, I'm glad you made that point, okay? So let's get to it. This is you, Libra. We're putting you, Libra, on the horizon, identifying you in the first house here. This is you, okay? So let's get to the first things first. Let's fix this little typo up here. March the 6th, early in the month, we have the Pisces new moon over here. So for you, Libra, it's in your 6th house. So as I said, basically, you know, with classic lunar patterns, it's new starts, new beginnings, leaving behind the old, everything that doesn't work, it's obsolete, it's history, it's gone. New starts, new beginnings for you in your 6th house. So my perspective is like your daily habits, your chores, your activities, your work, the stuff that you do in the day that could be called things like chores or tasks or duties, things that just have to be done, like maybe washing the dishes, balancing your checkbook, picking the kids up from school, making dinner, having your shower, brushing your teeth, commuting from here to there, doing your tasks at your so-called day job or your night shift job, whatever it is, your day-to-day activities, your practices. So when we have the Pisces new moon over here, my feeling is it's an indication of it's a time to restart with new beginnings, especially because we have Mercury retrograde. Let me add that here. Okay. Because we have Mercury retrograde here at the same time, essentially, this is a tremendous chance for you to have new starts, new beginnings in how are you going to think of the 6th house, think of Virgo energy, think of this. How are you going to repair, refine, purify, cleanse, improve, organize, administrate, get things all in order in a very, very efficient, practical way for your health and your well-being. Because again, with the oxygen mask story, you're not much use to anybody unless you are already optimized yourself. Okay, so on Tarot Illumination, be loving, be loved. We are loving, we are loved. But you have to own it yourself first. That's the toughest thing of all. Love thyself, okay? So this, to me, for you, Libra, is a very important time period for you in terms of learning about how are you going to, let's say, allocate more time, energy into self-healing. Heal thyself. Healer, heal thyself. Whoever you are, whatever you do, however you do it, you can be better, bigger, happier, more successful when you heal thyself first, when you take care of your own business first, when you do your own deep internal cleansing, refining, purifying. It's basically the housekeeping of yourself, your grooming, your day-to-day practices. Are you doing breath exercises? Are you getting enough exercise? What is your diet like? What is your health like? Do you have a good relationship with your doctors and your caretakers? All those kind of things. Are you taking care of yourself properly? Are you allocating efficient fragments of time during the day that's purely about your own self-care, self-love? You have to remember that the Pisces energy here, it's almost like instantaneous, automatic, autopilot setting to be a compassion junkie, to give it all away. Like if you feel like you have healing abilities, then you would just completely give it all away like a saint, like a martyr, to the point of depletion where there's nothing left of you. And then what use are you to the planet and everybody else? Get it? So it's a very, very important message. It's probably a very subtle message, very uncomfortable to deal with, but it has to be understood. Next, let's chug forward. Let's go all the way over here to March 20th, okay? March 20th, the sun enters Aries, your 7th house of significant other. And at the same time, because it is a 0-degree moment, pretty much at the same time, we have the full moon. Again, Tarot Illumination isn't planning these things. This is just the random stuff that happens when you have 10 planets that whiz around in orbit around our sun, doing their own thing. And when we do this, this is just what happens to be in alignment at this moment in time, the way we measure Western astrology from planet Earth, as though planet Earth is the center of the universe. The way it looks to us is that we see the sun in what we call the sign of Aries, and we see the moon in what we call the sign of Libra. This is the sign of maximum opposition, and it's happening on your axis of opposition, on your axis of relationship, which is the axis of like maximum opposition anyway. So my feeling is that this is a very significant full moon for you, Aries, for you, you, Libra, towards the end of the month. So you, Libras, when it comes to this part, this could be really, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but this could be really uncomfortable energy for you with the new moon. And then when you get into the full moon here, and you're being dropped into a swimming pool from 30 feet up, and somebody pushed you, okay, and you didn't have any say-so, and you just get plunged into the deep waters of relationship, not being prepared at all, then what is that happens? What is exposed to you? So the sun enters Aries over here for roughly a 4-week period over here. So this is a big wake-up call for you to really pay attention. What the heck is happening in your most important relationship? You and your partner, you and your spouse, you and your child and you and your business partner, you and the person who sleeps in your bed with you. You and the person who you do business with on a day-to-day basis. This is the house of open enemies. There's nowhere to hide here. Basically, anything that's not good, you will feel it. Anything that's good, you will feel it and you will know it. It's very different from the other houses. So, especially because you, Libra, are the sign of relationship ruled by Venus, this, by the end of March, you will be entering perhaps in some ways, one of the most challenging parts of the whole year for you, the whole of the astrological year for you. When the sun enters Aries for that 4-week period, it is opposing you. Okay, it's like all the big light of heaven is opposing you. So what does that look like? In other words, you might be experiencing and learning things about yourself that have been hidden and subconscious and misunderstood, hint, hint, the Libra moon, and it's being reflected back to you by the solar energy of a significant other. Whatever that is. If things are really good in relationship, so be it. If things really suck in relationships, then so be it. It will be exposed to you, and you need to know this. Please see this as information that you need in order to evolve and grow, to be more abundant, happier, more spiritually aligned, more evolved, okay? So as uncomfortable as this might be, please find a way to see this as a gift, all right? All right. Next, let's keep going. Okay, this is the full moon, okay? And it happens to be the time when Sun enters Aries. I want to keep going. There's some, in many ways, Libra, this is a very uncomfortable reading for me to deliver for you because we have a couple of what I think of as uncomfortable aspects. I haven't really talked about this one much with any of the other reports, but it is in a very important part of your chart, the foundation of your chart. You still have Pluto and Saturn here at the very foundations of your life. Deep, heavy-duty reality check regarding the foundations of your life. Things like property, home, real estate, your family, the place where you sleep, the place where you invest a big chunk of your time. Like, think about it. You've spent a third of your life, a quarter of your life sleeping. Where is that happening? What is happening here? What are you learning? Where are your challenges? What is being irreversibly transformed? It's very, very tough reality check in the foundations of your life here, okay? Let's keep going. One of the sweet things that you have is that you have Venus in Aquarius in the 5th house, okay? So that's sweet for love and relationship, love and romance, true love, having fun, feeling loving and romantic and harmonious in relationship. So this little thing alone here can hopefully balance out some of the really challenging things over here. Let's go to this one. This is probably the big event. March the 6th, Uranus enters Taurus. Now again, this might be very difficult to understand and integrate into your being because it's entering your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, sexuality, deep soul searching, deep soul connection, deep soul merger between yourself and another. Some people are very uncomfortable with this. People might think that they want intimacy. They might think that they want love in a relationship. But sometimes when it gets too close, it's just like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Let's make out, let's do this. Oh, your car is so cool. Oh, you're so nice to me when you dated me, and I was so nice to you. I'm glad you think I'm gorgeous. I'm glad I think that you're amazing too. Let's do this like lovey-dovey thing. Oh, wow, that was gorgeous. Oh, wow. And then let's have a relationship. Maybe let's live together or something. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, wait a minute. Now we're actually merging. Oh, wait a minute. That means intimacy. That means like you're actually cuddling up next to me and your arm is hanging over my shoulder in the middle of my sleep and I feel paranoid and I can't sleep. Ugh, get away from me. Or something like that. Or you might be repulsed by the physical act of physical union by another. Like some people, they want all the lovey-dovey stuff, But when it comes to physical union, some people find it disturbing or repulsive or threatening or scary or overwhelming or something, because it involves the merger of your body with another person's body. And when you do that, the deep soul merger that happens, that's why I think it's very challenging when people trivialize the sexual component of a relationship. You can't just look at it as like a functional body thing. It is so much more than that. And sometimes when you realize it's more than that, it can be very uncomfortable. So my feeling is that over here, for all Libras, over the next 7 years, you're going to become more and more and more familiar with what doesn't work for you in what we would call intimacy and what does work for you. And you're going to get shaken up. Everything's going to be like randomly, almost like chaotically shaken up in ways that you need to know. You need to know this, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And again, it's another way for you to evolve and grow, hopefully, all right? So please, even though I was giving some little maybe challenging themes and message for this, ultimately, all of these energies are working for you. It's just a question of how do you handle it? What kind of decisions are you making in order that you can evolve and grow and move on from here? There's other stuff going on. We could talk about Chiron and the North Node and everything, but this is more than enough for most folks to handle. It's certainly enough for Tarot Illumination to get started with you guys. If you need anything else, just, check in. Hold on. This is actually a good moment where we can just segue over to the other stage and check in with everybody. Hold on. Stay there. We can hang out now. So Libra, let's just say, wrap it up here. Dear Libras, this was your March 2019 Astrodoodle from Tarot Illumination. Thank you very much for watching. And this is what it looked like, and we've already done the discussion about this. So if you need to, you can have your own perspective, but if you have to, you can watch this later, and you can do the action replay rewinds and just go to the little hot spots that are important for you. Please reinterpret this and all the information to work for you so that you get value out of this, all right? Thank you very much, dear Libras. All right, let's go and see you guys. Here we go. All right, hey, let's have a look. Pam Bam, yes, of course, we knew that you would be here. I think you said Libra rising, wasn't it? Love Triber, your challenge is morning breath. Okay, there must be an astrological explanation for this. Yeah. Yeah, hallelujah. I'm really, really happy we're actually doing this. A couple of the members of the Tarot Illumination Love Tribe actually wrote in with very extensive, very comprehensive notes and explanations about why we need to do the reports this way. And I kind of get it. It's a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more personal. And I get to hang out with you guys afterwards. So I hope you don't mind. So Mona just typed in, I think every corner of my life will change when I see the astrology. Well, yes, it does. It's constantly changing. And the thing is, if you look at the astrology, like what we do here at the channel, this is not really an astrology channel. All I'm doing is adding my Tarot Illumination Astrodoodles as like a side dish to give people like an appetizer, a wake up to alert your senses, your body, your heart, your physical being in order to absorb and understand this information and realize that it's happening all day, every day. It's constantly changing, and that is the only absolute truth. It is constantly changing. And even though you might have fixed notions about what life is and how it works, if you feel that life has to conform to your expectations, then you're basically building a time bomb. Okay? Whereas if you treat the information and the energy as weather, then you have a chance to go with the flow of all of this stuff. Love Triber, thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. You're a total sweetheart. I don't think you were here at the other two videos, but we just did the Gemini and we just did the Aquarius, okay? So you might want to check the Aquarius one or something. You know, just a thought. That's probably still processing, so I don't know if you'll see it yet. Anyway, there you go. The best part of live readings is super chat. Yes! Thank you, Love Triber. Anybody who wants to, feel free to throw in a pile of money. I love it. I need it. Terra Illumination is like I'm basically handing out the tip jar. The super chat is kind of like a super amazing digital, if I can say it, digital tip jar. I dare you to say that fast. Digital tip jar. Digital chip jar. Digital chip jar. Digital tip jar. Thank you very much, Live Triber. Yeah. 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 So there you go. I'm going to play a little bit of music, and then I'm just going to hang out and watch the chat while you guys mingle and so on. Because I don't want to just hog everything with just me talking, all right? So give me a second. I want to find something that's fun. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Lovely. All right. Hey, just a minute, folks. Everybody just calm down. Okay? Just calm down. I mean, seriously. Love Triber asked a very serious question. Okay? So Love Triber is asking, like, what was the question earlier? I'm not doing readings or anything like that, right? But it's just that Love Triber, what was it? How does one use the midheaven to express in daily life? Okay, with an Aries midheaven, my feeling for you, Love Triber, if you want to look at the midheaven energy specifically, and if you have Aries as your midheaven, it's the energy of, there's an expression, have you ever heard this? Shoot first, ask questions later. You know, that's kind of Aries energy. Aries does not apologize for being Aries. Aries is just right out there in your face. They are who they are. They do what they do. They're nice when they're nice. They're not nice when they're not nice. And it's like it's like living in the moment. So with the Aries drive, the number one, it's knowing that you're right, giving yourself permission to be right, going forward in your life and career without apologizing, it's like deliberately putting yourself in the first position. Now, if you're not used to that, it can be very difficult. Like if you have a very challenged midheaven astrologically, if your midheaven has a heavy T-square or something like that, whatever it is. So Love Triber, my feeling with an Aries midheaven, first of all, you have permission just to do everything in a way that you feel is right, according to your beliefs at that very moment in time, wherever you're existing, whatever you're doing, and you make it your business to be in the number one position, where you don't really answer to anybody. You just make your decisions, live your life according to your codes, your life, your beliefs, how you think it works for you. And if anyone or everyone else can't handle that, that's their problem. Okay, it's their loss. Okay, with an Aries midheaven, so it's a drive. It's ambitious. It wants to succeed. It has to win. It has to get. It has to have what it wants. So there's no point in fighting it. If you're embarrassed about having like an Aries midheaven, if you feel awkward or ashamed or embarrassed about feeling like you're right, you're smart, you have a right to be in the first place, you have a right to be you and lead by example, and you're just doing that shamelessly, you take all of that. If you are embarrassed by that, then you have a problem. However, if you are living like an Aries midheaven in real life, you would just wake up in the morning, do whatever you feel you have to do that is exactly right for you right now, knowing that that will take you into the next moment that is also right for you. Okay? I hope that helped. Yeah. Hold on, somebody. Gabby girl. Hey, I have a deep question for everyone. Why is it when we have so many blessings, we are not satisfied? Well, I could do a cheesy comment like, well, the more you have, the more you want. You know, we all know that one. Like if you've had a taste of the good life, it's just like a drug. You want more of that. If you've had really amazing blessings in like career or health or love or relationships, it's almost like a drug. The more you have, the more you want. And then you reach a plateau. And then when you reach that plateau, if you're not getting that same level of fix just like the first time you shot up, pretend it's like you're a morphine, a heroin junkie or something like that. If you're not getting that fix like you had on that very first feeling of being satisfied when something really good happened to you, you know, that big high, you get a high feeling from like, wow, that was really good. Maybe it was great sex. Maybe you got a really good, maybe you won first prize in a chess game or something. Or maybe you got voted like the most popular person in school. Or maybe you scored a really good deal on buying a car or a gadget or a house or a thing or a smartphone. And it just feels like insanely delicious when you win. So once that is programmed inside of you, anything less than that feels like dissatisfaction. So it's like being a junkie, like a success junkie, a happiness junkie, an evolutionary junkie, an evolution junkie. Like so you basically just get hooked on the feel-good feeling. And when it's not happening, then you start to think there's something wrong. There probably isn't anything wrong. It's just that like we're biologically programmed to want more of what we have that feels good and we want less and less of what feels bad. Dopamine. Thank you, Love Triber. Answered the whole thing in one word. Dopamine. Yeah, Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of leave it at that for now tonight. I think it's time to dance the night away, and then we'll come back. We'll do all the earth signs tomorrow night. Okay, how's that for everybody? So anyone here tomorrow night, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to record 3 videos live, and it's for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Okay, there you go. I'm just going to play a little bit of music. There's only a few of us here right tonight, so I'm going to let that roll, and then I'll say good night to everybody. Good morning and good night, but the video will stop because really we're just hanging out now. We're just hanging out. The Libra report was over 20 minutes ago. All right. Paradox. Oh my God, Paradox, you just arrived. Hey, Paradox from Bristol. Yes, yes. Good morning from Bristol. Hey, Paradox, I have a dear friend from long ago, and his name is Jerry, and he lives near the Bristol docks, and there's a little pub nearby, and his house looks right over into the dock. Like they have, what do they call those things? The, you know, where they fill up the water and then the boat comes in and then they drop the water down. Whatever they call those things, I've forgotten. So he lives right there, and you can walk from his house to a lovely little pub, which is right on the docks, and you can see the tide coming up and the tide going down. The tides in Bristol are absolutely enormous, like, 6, 8, 10 feet or whatever it is on a daily basis. It's huge. That's why they have such huge, steep wharfs for the boats. And it's a big drop. A paradox, yeah. Locks, it's called locks, that's right. So the boat comes in here. They fill up the lock. The water rises to here. And then the boat comes out and goes over here. Very strange. Hold on, Gabby Girl's got a note. Hey, TL, I got a fun job as security at a club on Saturday nights. Oh my God. So I will miss you until you return. Okay. This was a major step for me and very empowering. Wow, that's very cool, Gabby. Yes. When Terra Lumination gets back to Los Angeles, we'll probably switch back to the Sunday Night Live because I really love the mellow Sunday night thing. But while I'm here in New Zealand, I can't really broadcast on the Mondays so easily. So that's why we're switching it to the Saturday Night Live. So don't worry. We'll still be here, Gabby, and, you know, maybe even watch the action replays if you get really desperate, okay? So, yeah. So we've been going an hour here for like a 10-minute video. I love hanging out with you guys. Hello, Paradox. So, Paradox, you came in very late, and we're actually going to start wrapping it up now. So I'm going to have a little bit of music. I'm going to dance the night away. Thank you, Gabby Girl. And eventually we will have Terra Illumination's Got Talent Night, and Gabby Girl is going to do one of her shows for us, okay? We'll find a way, okay? Maybe we can do it in a kind of a mystical way where it doesn't have to be too like face on. Maybe we can do like a, you know, a digitally enhanced thing. We'll figure it out, okay, Gabby Girl? Yeah. All right, let's have a look. Here we go. How about this? All right. Hold on. Okay, that's enough, folks. I'm wiped out. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop the music, man. Okay. Okay. So there we go. Thank you so much. Whew. Hey, Paradox, I'm sorry you came in late. It's all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to like keep myself fit, you know. I like to be happy. I like to dance, Gabby girl. I love to dance. I like fun and dancing, okay? Have a super day, Paradox. We're going to shut down the show now anyway. Don't worry. Good night, good morning, farewell. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll do this again sometime. Tomorrow night, we're going to do all the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, okay? Bye-bye. Gotta go. It's been lovely. It's been lovely. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you guys. Yeah, shits and giggles. Thank you. Bye-bye.